Hey guys, it's John Poe here. So you've met a girl and you want to know what to text her so that she'll actually want to text you back. And you kind of stumped, don't know what to do. Well, I've got you hooked up. I've got 5 tips for you that will virtually guarantee you that the girl that you like will want to text you back. So here's what you do. Starting off, when you go out and you meet with women, it's practically impossible to have a bad time. You know what I mean? No matter what your mood is in before you go out, you're going to have a good time if you meet new girls, socialize, flirt, and do all the things that men are supposed to do when they're going out and having a good time with their friends. A lot of people who go out and socialize at bars, they oftentimes trade their phone numbers with people. But how do you get those numbers to actually convert into real activity? How do you make sure when you meet up with a girl later, using all the tricks that you've accumulated over your extensive time learning social dynamics and the art of meeting people? Well, the answer is simple, and there are a number of things that you really have to do during the interaction to maximize the opportunities that you're going to get later. So here's what to text a girl to make her want you. Number 1, you need to make sure that the interaction was actually good. That the vibe you're feeling was real and not just something that you were wishing that it was real. You know what I mean? There's an overwhelming mentality among people who do PUA, especially those that run boot camps, that you need to stay in an interaction even if it's going terribly. And sure, you might be able to turn things around if you bomb on the initial approach, but if you're getting terrible, flaky, you're just kind of falling apart, chances are that the interactions, they're not going as well as you thought they were. They might even be terribly annoyed to be talking to you, and they're just giving you their number because they're trying to be polite. It happens all the time. They'll save you in their phone as something like never pick up, or and smile at you politely and pretend like they never met you when you text them days later. So when you're getting a number, feel in your gut that the interaction is going well. If it's not, don't bother. You're already at a disadvantage. She's already got a cause to flake out on you. All right, number 2. Make sure that this is not a one-way street, okay? You need to trade phone numbers with each other. This will prevent confusion when you text her later. Anything to prevent confusion in an interaction later, that's what you want to aim for. Trading numbers means when you text her, she won't go, huh, what, who is this, serious, or anything similar. You get her number, that starts the interaction. Now, mind you, the goal doesn't have to be phone numbers. Phone numbers mean absolutely nothing. Good interactions are the thing that you should be shooting for. But after you've had a good interaction, go ahead and exchange numbers. That ensures that you'll actually be able to talk to her. You should be able to shoot for the number, provided that the interaction goes swimmingly, 10 minutes into it or something. It should be the most natural thing in the whole exchange to make it seem like you're not overeager or too excited to get it. Act like you've been there before. So once you have it, on to the next step. Step number 3, text her some callback humor. Okay, girls don't like it when you're too serious. All right, you might not know what callback humor is, but it's referencing something earlier that you talked about in the interaction. For instance, if you made hilarious jokes with her about cake, text her about cake. If you bonded over a communal love of the Muppets, talk about how amazing Beaker and Bunsen Honeydew are as a comic duo. All right, remind her of her love of absinthe shots. Anything that you talked about, and do it in a light and flirty way. She'll be much more likely to text you back, and that's the entire point of this. You want girls to text you back. Callback humor establishes an emotional connection. The perfect thing to text a girl you just met. This is actually what most pickup companies recommend that you do. All right. So step number 4 is very similar. You want to text her hilarious pictures. This is good if you want to know what to text a girl to make her smile. Everybody wandering around out there has some version of a smartphone that can do some insane amount of activities that somebody trying to court a girl in the 1960s would never dream of. Like, for instance, send pictures. There are a ton of pictures that you can pull off the internet, hilarious pictures with cats, funny, uh, uh, people doing funny, stupid stuff, anything that you'd normally be able to make somebody laugh about in an interaction with words. There are pictures for those things. So just make sure that they're actually funny ones. Don't send her something gross. All right, use some taste here, but send her something funny. It's the easiest way to spike an emotional investment in an interaction that's dying or that you've had, maybe not very good at telling jokes. So, let the pictures do the joke telling for you. All right, and that leads me into step 5, and that is text her some stupid jokes. Okay, now I don't mean the stupid jokes that you got out of your, clean joke book for 6-year-olds kind of jokes. Okay. This is a concept that some people disagree on, but the structure of a joke, a little bit of a hook, investment in the audience, then the punchline, this is perfectly oriented to the small character form of a text message. So, find some jokes, find some goofy pictures, and experiment with, what to text a girl that you just met. I mean, the bottom line is, don't take yourself too seriously. Don't try too hard. Act like you've been there. Be cool, man. Just make her laugh, make her feel comfortable. That's what this is all about. It's just making her feel comfortable. You don't want to come off as a creep. You don't want to come off like, you've never done this before. Just go with the flow. Be cool, make her laugh, and, everything's going to go great for you. All right, so those are my 5 tips. Get out there, and I got a link below. Check it out. You get some more great tips and some more great advice on carrying this to the next level, okay? So, wish you the best out there. Take care. Bye-bye.